trying to tell one simple message. Champions have championship responsibilities. And one of those responsibilities is that I am the wise man of the Sacred Death Motorcycle Club. And you are now about to have the privilege of riding alongside the wise man live. It's time to start the motherfucking show.
She got that sweet juice, Minute Maid, some of out that lemonade. Take a sip, blowing purple clouds, taste like lemon haze. Conversations back and forth like damn, we could go on for days. Looking back at it like damn, she bad when she walk away. Here we go, been down this road, they already know. When we go on tour, I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. People talk about us like they understand just what this is. I just wanna give you all you want and then the double it. They don't say I'm way too young, maybe I'm just ignorant. I won't find nobody like yo on some real shit. Spend a couple hours on the phone. Hey, I don't wanna let you go. I'll be all about you, babe. I'll be all about you, babe. Saying so unless you don't know, they won't find what we got and that gon' drive me crazy.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the look that drives the girls wild. I got the moves that really move them. I send chills up and down their spines. I'm just a sexy boy. Are y'all ready to rock with that Sacred Death Motorcycle Club? You are now rocking with the U.S. champ of Word Wrestling Entertainment. Let's go! I'll make them hot. I'll make them shiver. Their knees get weak whenever I'm around to see me walk. They hear me talk. I'll make them feel like they're on cloud nine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Y'all know y'all wanna sing along, let's go. I'm just a sexy boy. What? I'm not your boy toy. Boy toy. Let's get it. Eat your heart out, girls. Hands off the merchandise. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Welcome, everybody. It is time for the after party, and you are now rocking with the Sacred Death Motorcycle Club. Woo! Oh my goodness, I'm ready to go. I'm out here like pretty much on time, more or less. You know? More or less. Oh, my controller's back. My controller was acting a fool before. All right, let's see what we got here. Boom! Boom!
Yeah, can stop it.
Yeah, you can ask him.
Y'all, I ended my show on time so I could actually start the stream on time. No, I don't fall asleep in the parties.
I mean, I assumed already because I mean, shit, sometimes you're in there for like a week straight.
Nah, I never fall asleep in
so
the parties.
So you just leave the stream on the PlayStation.
Nah, I don't fall asleep. I don't fall asleep in the party.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Would you guys rather have one?
I just stay in the party because it's easier to keep my PlayStation on than have to like boot it up when I want to use it. And so I just stay in the party that way. I could always make sure the party audio is working or whatever.
Fair enough.
It's just convenient.
You want me to lobby, please?
Yeah, I actually ended my stream on time so I could get here on time.
I don't see your name.
I'm appearing online.
Oh, here it is. All the way at the bottom. That's crazy.
That's just invite me and I'll slob on yours.
Yeah, send me an invite too.
Oh, thank you. You agreed to the terms.
I sent an invite way before you said that.
No.
Got it.
No, didn't come through. Didn't come through quick enough.
Okay. Send me another invite to the clubhouse, man.
I want some weird guy energy today. I'm sorry.
Is Rev gonna be up tonight or?
All right, guys.
No,
I can't play the PlayStation party audio for you guys right now because we're doing church, and while we do church, our party chat is confidential.
We want to reach out to them and try to.
But once we're done with church, I'll play the party audio.
I'm stubborn, so I say let them go, but I know I don't always make the best decisions. But I definitely don't think we should do anything tonight. I think we should let them cool down.
This is a ghetto fabulous fucking episode.
A couple days. But
how tired do I look?
The risk of
like
us forgetting to reach out to them. And I don't know text at all, really.
But one the life of an insomniac.
Hung out with them maybe like 10 times.
All right, gang, let's jump into this shit. Again, this is a ghetto fabulous fucking episode. How tired do I look?
Asia,
like really fucking tired.
I also don't like how Asia left either. That was kind of
for once. That's not alcohol. That's straight up coffee.
I don't have beef
but
with them,
the life of it.
Back.
Huh?
Asian left.
Like yeah. Go look through the members chat. Apparently there was a conversation, and Tex feels like he's being unheard because of
Well, let's wait for everybody to get here, and then so you're repeating yourself.
True. Thank you.
All right, that's what's up. No worries.
Yeah, just so you're not repeating yourself over that. I know how that gets.
All right,
I called in the wrong.
An insomniac and someone whose brain doesn't turn off. All right, gang. So this is the third leg of today's marathon recording. God damn it. Gang, I need my fucking laptop back. Back on topic. Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, today's the third leg. This is the third. So the first one was
Smexy Vitals about to walk
my rant on Matt Gaetz. The second one was on the conservative Christian view on homosexuality. And this one is going to be on my critique of the character of the Christian God.
Want some weed energy this morning? I'm sorry.
Yes, fuck faces. I'm still an atheist. No, I don't believe in God. I just belt #unprofessional. Papa, get your fat ass out.
It's on the switch off the chat.
So in case someone sees this and says, see, he's just mad at God. Again, it's a lot easier for me just to say this right now so I can just go on and talk about the fucker's character versus having to stop every 5 seconds and remind people, no, I don't actually believe in God. I don't believe the Joker exists, but the character of the Joker is a fucking asshole.
That's Nick, right?
And I can say that without actually believing in the fucking Joker. Now, let's get into this bullshit. Gang, even as a Christian,
he joins the party and like, who the fuck is this dude?
The Omni package has never, nor will it ever make sense.
Cunt.
Again, if you have everything, what the fuck else are you looking for? Granting up to about all the conversations I had.
Yeah, that was for his other company he had on.
with Christians.
That's what I was kind of getting at.
You know, when people found out I was an atheist, right?
You know.
And one of them,
I know how Asian is, but
let's just dig in, call her Joanne. She was all about it. She was going to be the one person that got my black ass back to the flock. Boy, did she fail. And I don't remember how we got on the topic, but it was what happened to Jesus after he died, right? Again, even as an atheist, I will spot you that Jesus was born, the fucker lived 33 years, he had 12 homies, he did some talking, he got his ass whooped, he got murdered. I'll give you all of that.
Mate, can you
still have to prove to me the fucker has the powers of necromancy. Okay?
How much cash you got
so,
sitting in those
like, what happened to Jesus after he died?
Probably like $200.
This lady told me Jesus went to hell. It's like, well,
no, they're 20s. Never mind.
That sucks. And she was, yeah, and it's like, well, 20s. Again, so just in case you guys aren't aware, Jesus was dead for 2 days. He rose on the third. So apparently, Jesus spent 48 hours in hell. Which she said 2 days in hell is the equivalent of an eternity. Like, okay, fine. Why? You know what she told me? Jesus had to learn what it was like for eternal torment. And I was like, isn't Jesus God? Yeah. Is God Jesus? Yeah. Isn't God omniscient? Yeah. So what the fuck does he have to learn? He created hell, right? God is the Alpha and the Omega. There's nothing apparently on this planet or in this universe that God did not create. So what the fuck does he need a fucking tutorial on hell? He created it. He knows who's going to go. He knows exactly the torture schedule because he created it. Right, so again, I've said in other podcasts and other YouTube shows, the Omni package always breaks down at one level or another. Right, and it's a very common logical chain to go down because I remember someone else who was trying to get me to the flock. Boy, did she fail. And I told her, the Omni package by definition cannot exist. As an argument from special exception, please keep telling me I take things out of context and everything else, and I'm just going to be right back here with telling you what you said makes no sense. Is God aware that when that 12-year-old kid walks out of their door,
I see you. What's up, man? How you doing?
They're going to see their parents.
I'm just checking out the stream real quick.
Does God know that? Is that a part of God's plan? You know what she said? Yes. So God knows.
Yeah, my camera's
walks out of their door.
My audio sync keeps going out on this. Oh, I meant to switch my camera. Hang on a sec.
Let's just say done away with. Is God aware of that? Yes. God apparently is all powerful. What is it that God can't do? You know what she said? Nothing. So God can stop the 12-year-old from being hurt? You know what she said? Yes. Okay. If the 12-year-old gets hurt because God has foreknowledge of it and God can stop it.
But yeah, how you doing, Cameron?
But chooses not
Hot program
to,
was super fun, man. How you doing? I'm just trying to
conundrum.
Switch up my camera real quick. It keeps going out of sync.
You see what I'm saying? All three pegs cannot stand on the ground at the same time. If you know the 12-year-old's going to get hurt, if you can stop it, but you choose not to, there goes all loving. If you weren't aware, but you're powerful enough and you love the kid, but you didn't know it was going to happen, there goes all love, there goes all knowing. You see what I'm saying, gang? All three prongs of the Omni package, they can't sit on the floor at the same time, right? And then the other conundrum, is God a slave to his omniscience? Right? It comes down to the whole, is there a rock that God could create that's so heavy that not even he can lift it? In other words, is he a slave to his omniscience? Let me explain. If God knows that I was going to be an atheist when I turned to 39, if God is powerless to stop that, because again, if I die in a state of my sin, I'm fucked. If God loves me so much but can't change that path because he's a slave to his omniscience, you see what I'm saying? Exactly. There's no way all three prongs of the Omni package can sit on the floor at the same time. I think the thing is the Euthyphro dilemma. Is it good because God commands it? Or is it commanded because God is good? Or whatever the fuck it is. Again, these are logical questions to fucking ask. Just like me getting kicked out of MacArthur Park. Thanks for the reminder, Berkey. It was MacArthur Park. It's a very logical question to ask. What did Noah do with all this shit that's on the ark? Right? And a third grader asked so many questions that a grown-ass woman, I do belt, hashtag I'm professional. I asked so many questions that a grown-ass woman, 1, kicked me out of the class. 2, told me I was going to go to hell. 3, told me I would never see my mother again. Gang, you know your worldview is sitting on some bullshit when a third grader can stump you. Okay? So again, the whole God character thing is total bullshit. What else do we get to hear? That the 10 Commandments, coffee, that the 10 Commandments are the greatest set of rules ever written down. King, have you ever read the 10 Commandments? The first 4 commandments are all about jerking God off. Again, if you dated someone who had the 10 Commandments as kind of their rules to date them, you wouldn't date that person. Right? But let me see if I can do this. Well, fucking, I'm not even drunk. I'm just tired of shit. Don't work on my special day. I may be old enough. Now it just depends. If you're a Jew, that's Saturday. If you're a Christian, that's Sunday. You know what happens if you work on God's special day? He'll fuck you up and kill you. You know what the last one is? Idolatry. Right? See, what is it? Did I say that one right? I think I'm right. Yeah, that's the first one. But graven images. Yeah, there you go. Right? Again, this coffee cup, do you think that's more important to me? You do, don't you? I'm going to fuck you up. Gang, if you dated someone like that, you would call a self-defense instructor. You'd call me. The Christian God is the single most insecure romantic partner you've ever heard of. I've said it once. I'll say it a million times. The best part about Christianity, it requires no commitment. None at all. I just about seen it all. The God proposition is quite legitimately one pronoun away from being the most fucked up shit you've ever. Again, if you had a significant other, actually, I've said this before. The first 4 diagnosable criteria of battered spouse syndrome, which is an actual form of PTSD, it describes the God relationship like the 10 Commandments. It does. I lie to you not. Take the word God out and put the name Theodore in, you would be calling a self-defense instructor. Guaranteed. Again, only in Christianity can you sit here and say a father that killed his son is the greatest show of love ever fucking created. Okay? Again, please go fuck yourself. I told y'all about Big Burke. My grandfather would quite legitimately starve so that you could eat. He would lie and tell you, my belly's already full. You make sure you get those can of beans down your stomach. That is a greater show of love than what the Christian God has put forth. Now, gang, Squid forwarded me a TikTok video, which I'm going to completely fuck up because I don't know how to do the start and the stop and the blase and the glavinoids. But this incredible queen, former religious person like I am, she broke this shit down. Now, there's not going to be a debate in this video. I'm just going to sit here and jerk her off and just agree with everything she said because it's the shit that every other former Christian says as well. So hold on, gang. Let's get this queued up. I don't think there's going to be any capitalism. Wait for it. Wait for it. Gang, I'm so fucked up. Okay, hold on.
Like I did it, but let's talk about the out-of-pocket sacrifices in the Bible. Part 3 of why the Christian God has an ego, and remember, your cognitive dissonance will deactivate your critical thinking when you're tricked.
Pause the tape. First and foremost, again, nailed it. The ego of the Christian God. Again, if you are a multi-billionaire, why the fuck do you need people living paycheck to paycheck to tell you how rich you are? Donald Trump? That is someone with a dick the size of a fucking mushroom cap, right? Again, if you got all this juice, if you got the mots, and your only mission was to create a universe and create one species of being who apparently our only mission is to tell you how great you are, again, you're the fucker who sits there and tells that woman, bitch, I've got a hurricane tongue. I've got a donkey's dick that goes down to my fucking shin. Are you ready for this? His monkey ass is licking the inside of your thigh. Like his dick is the size of a number 2 pencil eraser. It's like, yeah, baby, you like that? Yeah, you like that. That's what the Christian God comes across as, gang. Again, that is ego stacked upon more fucking ego. I'm so tired. Gang, I'm so fucking tired. Roll the tape.
So I'm not offending you. You are just upset. And as always, I'm not here to challenge anybody's beliefs. I'm simply here to state why the shit.
Pause the tape. I am. I absolutely am. Again, Christians, if you hear this, first and foremost, thank you for listening. But make no mistake about it, I'm absolutely challenging your fucking beliefs. You want to know why? Because you shove your beliefs down everyone else's fucking throat. Not a single Hindu has ever came to me and said, have you heard the good word of Ganesh? I've never seen a Hindu temple on my way to work, but I do see 8 or 9 fucking Christian churches. So yeah, unlike this queen, I'm absolutely challenging your beliefs. Roll the tape.
It made sense to me. Minus the obvious fact of why did God need sacrifices in the first fucking place? Because
pause the tape. I've said that too. Again, there's nothing about this tape that I'm going to disagree with. So in the beginning, God required grain sacrifices, right? So again, go cut some hay, some wheat, whatever, you burn it. Then God required burnt sacrifices. So you can rule the universe forever and ever. Amen. I'm going to come down to earth and I'm going to put on a sacrifices, right? So again, go cut some hay, some wheat, whatever, you burn it. Then God required burnt sacrifices. And this is in the Bible, fuck faces, because God enjoys the smell of burning flesh. Gang, if you had a neighbor who did that, you'd call the fucking cops. Now, here's the genius of the Christian God. Because burnt sacrifices and grain sacrifices were practiced quite literally for centuries. Then the Christian God, I've got it. I now have figured out the one sacrifice that will quite literally end all sacrifices. I'm going to come down to earth and I'm going to put on a Jesus suit. I'm just going to kind of kick it for about 3 decades. Then I'm going to kick the shit out of myself. Then I'm going to kill myself. So apparently I can spend 2 days in hell, then float eagerly, like you can float eagerly. You can float eagerly to heaven so you can rule the universe forever and ever. Amen. Please tell me where in that story that makes sense. Again, this whole sacrifice bullshit. Again, the intellectual barbarians of that day, you can tell these are the writings of people that did not know to wash your hands after you wiped your ass. Right? The only way my God can be happy is through homicide. Shut the fuck up. Roll the tape.
Made everything, why would you not just make more, or why wouldn't you figure out a different way of corrective action versus having to kill people? But Cain and Abel brings fat from the firstling of his flock. Cain brings fruit from the field that God left him to tend, and God was like, I have no respect for this offering, Cain, but Abel, I'm fucking with it. You needed a baby animal to die? You didn't like fruit? Or we could talk about Elisha walking through the city and children's...
Pause the tape. Again, that is one of my favorite ones to bring up. I believe that's 2 Kings.
Like Asian, and I really like that.
Cameron, you're really a great mod, actually. I got to get my shit together. I'm trying to test my camera. My sync kept going off. I got to get my shit together. I'm trying to test my camera. My sync kept going off. Oh yeah, it should be better. It should be better. I'm back. I'm back. I'm trying to test my camera. My sync kept going off. Oh yeah, it should be better. It should be better. I'm back. I'm back. All right, all right. Nah, Cameron, you're a great mod, man. You're growing, man. You're letting me know about the things. You're getting with us on Discord, dropping the links on everybody, keeping me up to date on what's going on in the community. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe to Gin and Truth when you get a chance. That's really great. Yeah, let me know if my camera here goes out of sync. It's been acting a little wonky the last couple of days. I switched up the USB port situation. That's why the audio went out for a second. But the audio mixer usually is pretty good. I had fucked with it a little bit because I was having an audio issue, but I don't think that was it. So we should be good like this. Lita Hamilton, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the sub, man. I really want to be celebrating the fact that on Pocket Locker 86 and Jay Bundy, both of my channels have gotten over 100 subs. But I really was looking forward to pushing through 200 followers on Twitch. We pushed through 200 followers on Twitch for Pocket Locker 86, and Pocket Locker 86 on YouTube is close to 200 subscribers. So literally, guys, I literally just got the accomplishment like a couple days ago telling me that I got to 100 subs. Like YouTube was just like, hey, look at you. You just made 100 subs. And it's like, yo, I'm about to be at 200 subs. Once I finish this 30 days trying to raise $100 for the International Bipolar Foundation, we are officially going to launch our never-ending, endless push to 1,000 subscribers. We got to do it, guys. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers. We also need to get 1,000 followers on different social media platforms so we can go live on other platforms. Guys, the goal is so we can bring the stream to other platforms. The other thing is when people start their channels, I want to be able to help them get going. If people come and they're like, yo, Jay, I want to start a channel. I want us to build enough followers and subscribers that we could be like, yo, so-and-so just started a channel, go follow them, and everybody will go follow them, and then they could be over 1,000 followers and subscribers. So we're trying to build a network. I appreciate you guys. Right now I'm chilling with my club. We're doing our officer church. That's what you'll have going on the screen. The reason you don't hear the audio from the PlayStation party is because when we're doing right now we're having our officer meeting, so it's just a private meeting only for the officers of the club. Then we'll have a meeting with all the members of the club, and we vote on stuff, and we talk about a lot of confidential issues, what's going on in the community. We have to vote on things. We have to talk about our recruits. So to avoid drama, we're not allowed to stream the party audio during church. But after church, we'll do rundowns. We'll do probably some team death matches, some practice shooting. Maybe we'll sell some drugs. We'll have a lot of fun. You'll be able to hear all of that. I'll bring you the audio. And then 10 o'clock, we're doing the Atheist Crew Book Club. So yeah, meanwhile, we're going to rock with Gin and Truth for a little bit. Thank y'all all so much for your support. It really does mean the world to me. I'm overwhelmed by all the things that have been going on lately. I really still can't believe some of these things are actually happening, but wouldn't be here without my people that have been here, my ride or dies that have been down with me when there was only 2 or 3 people here. So appreciate you guys for carrying me through. Appreciate all the new people for joining us. Let's get it.
So Elijah is a prophet. You know what me and Elijah have in common? We have no hair. I think it's 224, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why I remember that one. 42 kids call him Baldy. So Elijah prays to God. So God sends 2 bears to fuck those kids up. Now, gang, I told y'all in the previous episode, I'm not a dad. But if my kid came to me with a doo-doo ass solution like that, you know what I would say? Fucker, don't waste my time. Go walk it off. Right? Again, if the worst thing that happens to you, if someone calls you bald, walk it off. Right? Go get yourself some, go stub your toe, fuckface. Go get a real problem. But no, the Christian God thought that was such an offense, he thought it to be a good idea to murder 42 teenagers. Now, this is also the same group of slapnuts that will tell you all life is sacred.
It's because y'all got all that testosterone. That extra testosterone leads to the male pattern baldness, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I'm just bursting with masculinity," just take it all off, and then it don't matter. These motherfuckers be walking around, muscles on top of muscles. Oh, I don't have any hair. Go fuck yourself.
Unless you call a bald person bald. Then I'm going to fuck your shit up.
Picking on him, talking about Baldy, Baldy. So Elijah turns to them and he curses them in the Lord's name. And there appeared 2 female bears that mauled 42 of the boys.
Pause the tape. You know the fucked up thing about that is? Again, other than all of it, if you're the 42nd teenager, you watch 41 of your homeboys,
the true face of the faceless,
get mauled to death.
That's love.
About to say, which part of that is the Christian love?
All of it.
Which part of that is all life is sacred? And if fuckface Frank Turk was here right now, he would say, if there is no God, what's wrong with a bear killing 42 teenagers? And I'm just going to tell him to go fuck himself. Again, gang, there's a reason why I don't allow Christians on this show. Roll the tape.
God, are you?
Cameron, that's a really good point. And it doesn't get talked enough about, right? Because here's what happens with the Bible. And I'm getting more into this the older I get. I think because I hang out with so many Bible nerds now. But you Bible nerds, you're always talking about the big miraculous stories, right? Like, the miracle claims and the walking on water and the motherfucking resurrection and the virgin birth, all the obvious bullshit. But to me, like you said, what's with the one bear killing 42 kids? It's these mundane stories that make absolutely no sense that are even more the death nail. Because they just really show you how ridiculous the whole thing is. And it's like, why even take those more big stories even seriously when there's all these mundane stories? I'll give you another perfect example. In order to get the historicity of Jesus, right, people always want to go to Pontius Pilate, right? And we all know that's a bunch of bullshit because just because you include a historical character in your motherfucking myth doesn't make it not a myth. It just means it's a myth that features a historical character, right? But the worst part about it is if you pay attention to how Pontius Pilate is portrayed. In other words, because we know Pontius Pilate existed, because we know Pontius Pilate was actually a Roman procurator or whatever, because there's records of shit he did and the type of person he was and just generally what was expected of people in his position and what they were like, right? The entire story about Pontius Pilate is totally fucking ridiculous because of the way in which Pontius Pilate is said to behave. So the fact that Pontius Pilate existed and the fact that he's in the Bible behaving the way he's behaving in the Bible, right? Oh, he wants to let the guy go. Oh, I find no fault with this man. Oh, but the Jewish authorities want to execute him. Oh, the Jewish authorities. Oh, I'm the fucking Roman procurator. But a bunch of priests want to execute him. Well, fucking crucify his ass. Oh, what? We authorized his crucifixion, but he came back 3 days later. Now he's walking through walls and chilling with the people. Oh, that's cool. No worries. Somebody see if you can get a hold of his disciples. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. None of that. That's not how any of this works, right? And so it's sort of like people talk about with him calling his first two disciples and they just drop all their fucking nets and shit. And he's like, come follow me. They're like, yeah, we'll leave our fucking families and follow this random dude. Fuck out of here.
You okay? We got the good and faithful servant Job minding his motherfucking business, and God was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna put a bet on his head.
Positate, yes, Job, the patience of fucking Job. Now, gang, I've played football, joined a fraternity, I've done all that good stuff. Oh, hazing is real. Hazing is real. And you know what? I enjoyed every...
I'm with talking to him about it.
Every last second of
bio.
of it. Because one, I have boundaries. Two, I'm not afraid to lose. I hate to lose, but I'm not afraid of it. So if the worst thing you're going to tell me is, Reed, we're going to beat you up.
Beginning to end, the Bible makes no sense, Cameron. I'm with you.
Right? Again, the question is, are you willing to go all the way?
Because and let me put that accurately so that I'm being fair to any theists that watch this or catch it later or just for practice. I do understand that I used to believe, right? And a lot of us did, but we grew and we matured as people. And what's harder for me to understand is as I get older, right? I get how you believed it as a child and, you know, you were always in the church or whatever, but I don't understand as a grown person how you can read these things and not get this. And to be honest, Uncle Bobby here, who I wish participated more directly in our counter-apologetics community, but to be honest, he's kind of more in the social political space. He just talks a lot about Christianity because they're ruining fucking everything. But his counter-apologetics would be very powerful to me because he puts it at this very fundamental level of like, nope, I'm not going to play this fucking song and dance with you. I'm not doing the whole thing. Your God is trying to jerk himself off and then sacrifice himself to himself. Go fuck yourself. Grow the fuck up. Like, there's not enough of that in our community. There's too much of like esteeming people and making them feel smart and making them feel special because they're willing to fucking spend 30 years reading books about the proper interpretation of the Bible. No, go fuck yourself. We all know what the story's about. It's sitting on some bullshit from start to finish. And you have no real way to show us otherwise. And if you do, quit bullshitting and show it to us.
I am, right? And so again, I enjoyed hazing. It was a mind game. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it was just something that you did to kind of bond, as emotionally perverted as that sounds, right?
Military does it.
Yeah, no one ever tried.
Guys, I just had a perverse observation. Christians, the reason this is happening to you, you might want to summarize as Bible research tools, fuckfaces. We don't actually believe in such a thing, but what you don't realize is that science isn't really limited to the sciences. Science is just an empirical method. And what happens is we're forming a consensus around the Bible because, again, we're all grown-ass motherfuckers and we read it. And so we're forming a consensus. Scholars are forming different consensuses. We're interviewing and listening to the scholars. We're reading those scholars. We're talking to each other. We're able to read the scriptures. And this is why Christians are sitting on some bullshit. That magical interpretation you do, that fucking song and dance, it only convinces you because the rest of us can read the fucking book. You know, you may have these Richard Madsons out here that come up with these esoteric interpretations that make no sense to me at all because, again, I love Richard Madsen as a human being, great guy, but I don't know how you get around the essential problem of, okay, there are these events happening on another planet. How do these fucking ancient Hebrew motherfuckers here on Earth get news of this story and come to write it down? And at the same time, like Uncle Bobby has elucidated for us, these motherfuckers didn't know that germs cause disease and they should wash their hands. And why didn't the goddamn aliens teach them that instead of about the end times that happen on some other Earth? You know, these motherfuckers were sitting on some bullshit and their priorities were fucked up if that's what really happened.
Tried to hurt me. No one ever tried to hurt the squid, but he just kind of welcome to the club, motherfucker. Now go get my pads.
Can I spend
like,
myth
okay,
money in this business? What's up, Derek?
Exactly. But there's a difference between
Derek. I'm the wise man of a motorcycle club in GTA. We're having our officer church. We're actually switching over now to our members church. Church is when motorcycle clubs get together every week and vote on issues, vote on recruits. Talk about what's going on in the community. And then after that, I'll show you guys the rundowns, how we do our recruitment, how we do our activities and stuff like that. But during the church, I cannot stream the party audio because we're talking about confidential stuff. So it's a little bit of a weird stream for me because I'm not sharing the audio. But yeah, we call this gaming and shaming, Derek. When I'm out here, we're doing a little bit of gaming. And I've got that going. And while I'm gaming or we're chilling or doing whatever, we've got some videos going on in the background. Again, this is Gin and Truth. I was just saying, I wish this guy was more in our community. He's an amazing counter-apologist, but he's also like a social political commentator. And so he attacks Christianity from that angle. But we're hoping to get him into this community. I got my people reaching out to his people. We're definitely working on it. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Appreciate you guys for bearing with us. This church will last probably about an hour or so, maybe a little bit more. We'll be listening to videos during that time, and then we'll be doing this. And 10 o'clock tonight, don't miss it. The Atheist Crew Book Club, ACBC. Yeah, we're going to make t-shirts, ACBC, where the cool kids will be hanging. We will be doing the next chapter of Christopher Hitchens' God is Not Great. I believe we're on chapter 11, 10 o'clock p.m. live, followed by an after party. That's right, folks. 4 shows, 1 day. Champions have championship responsibilities.
Badgering, what I would call friendly hazing.
You want to take the title, and come then, get this work.
She's right. God and Satan. Again, and the fucked up thing is, God already knew how this was going to end up because he's all-knowing. They cursed Job. So if you don't know the story, it goes like this. God
he was on Skeptic Generation. Yeah, I seen him.
Dick, no matter what. I can roll that dick in glass, fucking...
I seen him on a couple channels, and I left him a comment on his channel. He said he's open to do a live stream. He said he's down to be interviewed. He just struggles with technical stuff. He just takes a lot of time, and you got to find the right people. But I'm just, like I said, I got my people on it. My people are really on it. We're really on it. We're making it happen.
Saying I could butt fuck someone after they took a massive shit. There's no way
Shout out to the Mod
Job
Squad.
is taking my dick out of his mouth. How much you want to bet? So you know what Satan said? Let's do this. So they both just sat there and fucked with Job in the worst possible ways. Gave the fucking diseases, cursed his family, killed.
Y'all can see I have
and you know what?
I have a great seat at the table. Y'all can see this is my club. I love when we're in here like this. We're in here deep. There's 14 of us in here. Y'all can see everybody is Sacred Death. That's the SD at the beginning of our tags. We're in here deep. I sit across from the president because I'm like, the president is the top of the hierarchy. As the wise man, I'm sort of like the chaplain of the club. It's like a secular version of a chaplain. So I sit at the end of the table. Love it, love it, love it. We out here. You're rocking with the Sacred Death Motorcycle Club.
You know what Job did?
Sucking them
Dick
off.
never left the mouth. Juggled the nuts. Swallowed the man gravy. Probably tickled his booty hole while he was at it. God's a freaky fucker, by the way. And that was the bet. That was the fucking bet. Just so God can show there's nothing that I can do. Gang, this is this is an abusive relationship. I told you.
Yes,
I have no
Christians.
details. But some of the sexually fucked up shit that I've heard is because he knows he can get away with it. That's all this is. That's all this is. Watch how bad.
Yeah, drop a link if you guys find that,
and they won't leave me.
Please drop a link, guys. Drop a link in the Discord. Our Discord has an entire section called Community. It's got live now for dropping live streams. It's got videos for dropping content like this. Let us know. We'll check it out. Cool kids join the Discord. Oh, look, Myron Bot is on cue.
Whacking his fucking family. Job's like, God, did I do something? No, remain faithful to me. Because everything that I take from you, I will give it back tenfold. Why?
Pause the tape. Self-defense 101.
Also, Derek, feel free to join our Discord. You can promote your stuff, man.
People personally who have endured the most sexually fucked up
Love
shit
to see more content creators in the Discord. We got a self-promo channel.
Wake up the next morning with a diamond the size of a ping pong ball next to their pillow. Is that worth it? No. I mean, give me a break, right? Do the most, again, especially when she, and again, I teach women self-defense. When she comes to that relationship with other children from another relationship, right? After he fucks her kids up, brand new Tesla. Where you going? Huh? What?
We are in this
You're gonna go back to being a paralegal
today.
37K a year with 2 kids? Good luck supporting them little fucking bastards. Where you going? This is abusive relationship. Again, only in the God model is this considered good.
Guys, I've been streaming this church. I used to stream this church on Twitch like every Sunday for a long time.
Was that necessary? That's like God killing off your family and being like, don't worry, I'll give you a new spouse, 10 times as many kids. For what? For what?
Abuse.
Just like an OG stream.
Lot's wife into a pillar of salt because she looked back at the house that she loved. Is he just...
Pause the tape. I remember saying this. And gang, I don't know why I fucking talked to Kenny. Jesus Christ. Kenny, if you see this, holy shit, dude. And I remember, because I talked about this exact same story. Tony's Belcher, hashtag professional. So if you don't know what's going on, again, the story of when God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, because, yeah, that's what a loving God does. He said, okay, whole ass, but don't look back. Whole ass, because I'm going to fuck some shit up. Gang, you know what? I need to do my own version of the Bible without all the thee, thous, and four scores and all this other shit, and just kick it straight Cajun ghetto style, right? So this is the story of Lot, right? So God said, dude, I'm fucking this whole hood up. Like, it's going to be all kinds of fucked up. Fireballs and people just getting fucked up. I'm bringing a couple of angels down there, and the people that don't fuck up with fire, see those fuckers? They're slaughtering everyone. The shit's going to be all kinds of fucked up. Now, you and your family, you're good to go. Your friends, not so much. Now, you guys get to run it. Now, your first instinct is going to be to turn around. But I'm telling you, if you turn around, I'm going to fuck some shit up. It's going to be, a lot of people are going to be screaming. You're going to want to turn around. Don't you turn your monkey ass around. And so I told Key, that
Yeah, guys, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I happen to currently be a YouTube pervert, and I don't mean to brag on you. I don't mean to flex like that. I don't mean to flex on y'all like that. You know? Where's my damn hammer at? Where's my hammer? I don't mean to flex on y'all like that, but I just made Derek from Myth Vision a mod on my channel. Yeah, y'all. Yep, that's right. Myth Vision's a mod on my channel. Woo! Just a little, just a little flexy flex on him. U.S. champ style. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Makes no sense. God turned Lot's wife into a table spice because this was her
Cameron
fixed
Bennett, goddammit!
She turned
Good
her
advice,
around.
though. I see you, though,
He
boss.
turned her
I appreciate
into
the fitness
a pile
tips.
of Morton's fucking
Gotta work on that
table salt.
form.
Lot watched his wife die in front of his face. Why? Because God loves him. Hit me in the comments, please. Please tell me where it is that's love. Shut the I can't believe. Can you believe you were a fucking Christian?
No.
Jesus.
But I used to believe in fairy tales.
Oh, God bless America. This is awful. Roll the tape.
We did. And the craziest one of all, sending his son to die.
Yes,
he
quality over quantity. There you go.
Retrieve the keys. Why does hell even have fucking keys?
Pause the tape. That's a great
We gonna get it together. But you see, I keep it by the desk,
let me
Cameron.
tell you something. I'm going to say this one without crying.
Cameron, you're supposed to be excited that I have my Thor kettlebell by my desk so that I could get some sets in throughout the day. You're supposed to celebrate that. He's in full coach mode. Bring those elbows. Bring the goddamn elbows in. Bring the goddamn. Oh, what does it take to pop this guy?
I can do it. So I told y'all in a previous show, the first thing that comes to my mind, we were in the Brown Hornet. It was a Chevrolet. I can't remember. But you guys remember when a two-door car was the size of your fucking living room? I love that. You got the radio, so you had two dials, the on and off.
Came in fitness. There
This
you go.
one was the fine tuning. You had those like 8 buttons in the middle.
The fine tuning. The argument from fine tuning.
I love that. In the AC, you had the two thingamapoppers, and it got, progressively blue, progressively red, right? And you fuck with that for the heat. I loved the Brown Hornet, right? And so the first house we had off post was on Castle Hunt. And we were at an intersection. So is that Ritterman? But either way, if you took a right on, that was so long ago. Either way, you were in the neighborhood.
People don't know. You gotta be in condition for word wrestling all day.
Until you go back and visit.
The training regimen is very tough.
Shit, I used to live like that. I don't think we even made the turn, gang. And someone just came and T-boned the shit out of us. Now, they hit Mom's side, but the ricochet impacted me more. I was coming out of my seat, gang, and I will never forget. She gripped this shit out of the steering wheel with her left. I saw her foot smash the brake pad, and her right arm, I just remember, clotheslined the shit out of me as she held on to the other side of the seat. There's no way she was going to let her youngest son fly out the fucking window. Now, some of you are so young, you're like, why weren't you wearing your seatbelt? Fuckface, this was long before the fucking seatbelt mandate. You remember the old school seatbelts? Okay, there was no, the ones that retract now? Nah. Okay.
Uncle Bobby, the boomer.
Unless you had a size 57 waist, that thing would just wrap around you, clink. Even if I wore it back then, one size fits all. But again, you had to be the size of 2 NFL offensive linemen. That was love. Making sure her son did not get ejected from the car.
Thank y'all for rocking with me so much. My club appreciates this. They love the fact that we stream church. Only reason we don't play the party audio is because we're discussing confidential motorcycle club matters. But as soon as the voting is over, I'll put through the audio.
I have zero doubt. But
they love that this puts our club out there, makes us visible. Thank you, guys.
Dr. Pepper, Dad would be drinking his gin, and they'd be like, this motherfucker, we should have killed his monkey ass a long time ago. But they didn't do it. Unlike the Christian God, who apparently has got no problem putting out a hit on his own kid and making you say that's love. Roll the tape. This queen is knocking it out of the park.
Why did he die for our sins if we were still going to be fucking sinners?
Pause the tape. I've said that before too. It was like, well, Jesus paid the debt. Then I'm like, then what else do I need to do?
Then how am I still getting born into
right.
bullshit?
And I remember telling this
Contact high. You're welcome.
King, I talked to if I would have known I would have had a podcast, I would have fucking recorded all those fucked up ass conversations. Because I remember the analogy I made with Sam. It's like, okay, Sam, let me ask you a question. Fuckface. Let's say I ding up $1,000 on my Visa credit card. Now, you as Sam, you come behind me and you're like, you know what? What's the balance on your credit card? $1,000. You call Visa, you put $1,000 on my books. Gang, I said $1,000 on the books. Let me tell you something. if you aren't laughing right now, that means congratulations. Your family's better than ours. That means you don't have anyone who's ever gone to jail.
You know what I'm talking about?
If you're putting money on somebody's books, that means they're serving time.
Yep. Hey.
But let's say Sam.
Don't act like y'all don't know about putting money on family members' books.
I just told on myself. Okay. If Sam puts $1,000 on my books.
Look, listen. Special shout out to all the families that have people in their family that are in and out of the system, you know? And if you're like me, you know, special shout out if you are that person.
And clears my debt, there's nothing left for me to do. And a Visa calls and says, you owe us $100 more, then I'm not out of debt. Right?
We just want to sin around here.
And paid the debt,
every once in a while, sinning has those type of consequences,
Jesus wants
y'all.
the ransom. Then there's nothing left for us to do. Well, Robert, all you have to do is accept Jesus Christ. Then the debt is not paid. If I have to do anything else,
who ransoms their own kids?
Well, that's love, apparently.
A cousin in jail for marijuana. You know what I'm talking about?
From fucking John Wick. Useless.
For all the cousins locked down in the struggle.
He put his son's nutsack on the chopping block so John Wick wouldn't whack him. When we watch it on TV, we say that's fucked up. When we go to Sunday school, we call it love. Again, what else
it's fucked
are we
up,
required
honey,
to
be
do
happy.
if Jesus paid the debt? Roll the tape.
Y'all keep saying we made sin with free will. We were predestined before the foundation of the world according to Ephesians.
Gang, who is this person?
She's telling the truth.
Uncle Bobby has said the exact same fucking thing.
Here is
Again,
5
under the God
million
model,
pocket change.
no free will.
to eat, honey,
Again,
be
if
happy.
I create a robot whose only mission, every time you walk into a room, you take a right-hand turn and you say, Robert is great. Every single time that fucker walks into a room, takes a right-hand turn and says, Robert is great, that robot does not have free will. That is exactly what I programmed that fucker to do.
God damn it.
Now, like I said, I became an atheist at 39. You want to know why? That was part of God's plan. There's no prayer strong enough to get God to change his mind. It was in his will that I would be an atheist at 39.
That store will do it to you,
no matter
too.
what fuckface Frank Turk says, no matter what
you hit that store, it's like the mall of
about
fucking America up in there.
About taping a football game. Shut the fuck up. Again, if God knows everything you're going to say, do, and think, because that is a part of his plan, his unchanging, perfect plan. God's will, right? Isn't that what Christians always say? That's God's will. Well, my mom just got hit by a car. God's will.
God's will.
So there's no prayer.
He'll get the glory in the end.
Change that outcome.
He will.
God's will.
Won't he do it?
Does not matter. Tom Brady plays another season. God's will. Right? Again, everything about Christianity is sitting on some bullshit. It is a lie stacked upon a contradiction. That's it. Roll the tape, my queen.
Going forward to be holy and without blame. So how the fuck? How the fuck? Before y'all say I'm butchering the interpretation,
I have no idea to be holy or without
blame.
blame.
Forever, and the word of the Lord should not be able to be altered
I'm
or
fucked
tampered
up
in any sort of
and
format,
wholly
and it
responsible
has
for
been.
being fucked up.
I've said the exact same thing. Every debate-worthy atheist has said the exact same thing. Because you know what, gang? She's right. My queen is right. This is exactly when a Christian says you've taken it out of context. That's not the proper interpretation. You know what my favorite one is, gang? Leviticus 18:22. Now, again, at least when I was a Christian, we had the strength of our conviction just to say you're a filthy fucking faggot. Now we're going to throw rocks at you until you die. That's what Leviticus 18:22
fucking
says.
decency.
For man lies with a man as he does a woman. What they both have done is detestable. And they both shall be put to death, and the blood will be on their own hands. That's what the Bible says. You know what the new excuse is now? That apparently God, the smartest of the smart, the strongest of the strong, the fucker who can see into the fucking, future, right? Apparently God could not come up with the word pedophile. Because apparently that verse is supposed to say, don't booty rape kids. Catholic priest, Jim Jordan.
Oh, Lord, that's the worst.
So since God couldn't come up with the word pedophile.
Oh, my God. Pause the tape. Pause this fucked up ass tape. Y'all, if there are Christians that you know that will argue that passage that says you shouldn't be homosexual, at least that's how everybody else interprets it, means you should not be a pedophile. I heard this shit on somebody else was talking about this, like some I don't know, David Pakman or one of them liberal broadcasters was talking about this shit. But I kind of thought there was a kind of a hand wavy shit at it. I didn't realize this was a real thing. Find me somebody who will argue that so I can embarrass them, please. Please bring them to me. There's a lot of pocket change in it for you. A lot.
You do a woman. Knowing in advance that if that was his interpretation, millions upon millions upon millions of gay people would fucking die. We love you very much. Amen. And again, this is just an excuse on top of more excuses. Again, they useless. That's all this bullshit is. And every time you corner a Christian with nothing but logic, she's absolutely right. You took it out of context. Let me give you the Cajun translation of you took it out of context. You fucking nailed me to the fucking wall. Now I'm going to tap dance to get out of it. Gang, let's finish it up. Roll the tape.
Time and time again.
Oh, that's dope.
Okay. Gang, that was the whole thing. Pause the tape, end the tape. She was fucking magnificent. Gang, Uncle Bob is only giving you one big motherfucking problem. 3 times today. So as a result, Uncle Bob is going to give you one big motherfucking solution. for the third time today. Christianity in general, shut the fuck up. Again, the contradiction.
Come on, y'all. I know you want to do it. Shut the fuck up. For the next 5 minutes, I will drop 1 million pocket change on everybody in the chat. We make up our own hashtag for everybody that drops. Shut the. Oh, y'all can't drop. All right, we're going to go. Oh, I know what we're going to do. I'm going to make it nice and easy for you. STFU. That's all you got to do. Drop that hashtag STFU. 1 million pocket change to everybody at least, because I'm one person and I did it. And if in the next 5 minutes a bunch of other people will make it that community multiplier, go ahead and get it out of your system, though. Say it along with me at home. Christianity, shut the fuck up. Woo, that felt good. Y'all are sitting on some bullshit. Yes, listen, we can still be friends. We can make the YouTube videos together. We could talk about your fucking book and your fucking PhD from Scrooge McDuck Bible University and your fucking argument from the axiology of your asshole or whatever the fuck. We could do all of that. We're happy to. It'd be better if you just shut the fuck up, invited me over for the game, cooked me some motherfucking food, and, you know, showed me a good time. But if you want to talk about all your shit, it's cool. But our honest opinion is shut the fuck up. Oh my God, nobody cares about y'all bullshit. You just need to quit being on some bullshit. Stop being fucking crazy. Stop voting for weird shit. You know? Stop voting for weird shit. Stop enabling the white supremacist. Stop with the whole theocracy. And just keep your asses in church. Matter of fact, keep your asses in church. Pay me to play drums for you. Enjoy me playing drums for you in church. And then when you're done in church, come home and listen to me make fun of your religion online. That's all you got to do. Shut the fuck up. Goddamn.
Contradictory nature of the God character is so fucking blatant. All you have to do is read the Bible.
Shut the fuck up.
And without
Thank
all
you,
the
hippie
mental
smiles.
gymnastics, without all the excuses, without the you took it out of context, you hate God, you were never a real Christian, you're forced to say.
Cameron, I need to see that STFU in the chat. Bullshit. You got to help people get at least that 3 million.
Does not require you murdering your
people
kid.
Gonna end up with 2 million pocket change instead of 3 million pocket change, and it's gonna be Cameron Bennett's fault because he does not care about your money.
Thanks a lot there, Hannibal Lecter. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that?
Oh, you were first? God damn it,
There's nothing about the God proposition that makes any sense. And before some fuckface says the same standard issued, you know, well, what do our 3-pound brains know about the magnificence of God? Save it. Fucking save it.
I don't see it. Shut the fuck up in the chat from Cameron Bennett.
No, he doesn't.
All right.
Right, we're not supposed to understand the ways of God.
There we go. I see it. I see it now. I see it.
Again,
I see it.
So
I see it. I missed it. I did. All right.
Asshole.
That'll make it 4 million since I missed Cameron's. That's a bonus million because I fucked up. That's called accountability. That's how I get down.
That's exactly what it says. If you are a virgin and you are raped, the person who rapes you has to pay your pops 50 shekels, and you are to be married.
Yeah.
Because that's his punishment.
Hey.
Translation: the rape survivor has to fuck her rapist whenever he wants to be fucked. Breastfeed his baby.
We're making it rain out here.
Wash his dirty drawers. Keep his house. I've had Christians tell me, Robert, that's how they took care of women back in those days. And I was like, I'm going to tell you
wonderful.
something.
Go fuck themselves.
Fuck you.
Exactly.
Fuck you. Because again, you want man's rules, that's God's rule. And you're telling me.
Listen, I don't know what they call that, cultural relativism or whatever. None of it matters, right? Like, whatever is shitty to experience now as a human being was shitty to experience as a human being in the past. Just because everybody did it or it was ubiquitous or people hadn't figured out that you shouldn't do that to other people yet doesn't change like how right or wrong or moral something is. To me, that's like not even that's not even a legitimate part of the conversation yet. You hear people argue that all the time. It's unbelievable. Oh, it's just what they did back then. Oh, cool. Well, I guess that solves the fucking problem then.
That's the kindest thing. I've actually had preachers tell me, well, who would want it, Robert?
What's up,
like,
Nerdsy?
Okay,
What's up, Nerdsy?
I need you to do me a favor.
All right, y'all. Nerdsy came through. I'm going to throw in a bonus million because Nerdsy came through the apologetic stream earlier. It came through Hot Program.
The Christian God's character is the single most
so I'm dropping 5 million on the entire
on the planet at any one given time.
Pocket
Again,
Locker
you know how
86
I know I'm right? If
chat.
you or someone you cared about dated someone with the Christian God's character, you would call me. The Christian God is exactly what you would expect if Ike Turner gained superpowers. There's nothing okay about those teachings.
5 million.
Okay, treat your neighbor good. Shit, I can tell you that. You don't got to give me 10% of your income unless you just want to. Otherwise, I'll give you my Venmo account and you can make me rich. Give me a break. Everything else is just straight bullshit. Insecurity.
Yeah, I got fat fingers.
Mixed with insecurity.
Actually, I don't. I have like lady fingers. They're real long and weird. Mixed with a little bit of Scott Peterson with a dash of O.J. Simpson. Topped off. Yeah, Streambot ain't fucking with y'all.
With some Jeffrey Epstein. There's nothing about the Christian God that you should admire. And this magnificent queen said it better than my dumbass ever could. Gang, I can't take your faith away from you. I can't strip anything away from you that you aren't ready to give up. But if you are a Christian and you are listening to this, read that Bible. Read that Bible and then ask yourself, is that something that you would do? And if you say yes, congratulations. You're a fucking psychopath. But if you're anything like me and everyone else who walked away from that, you're going to have some questions. Keep asking your questions and do not settle for doo-doo-ass answers. And if you become an atheist, the water's just fine. And you're going to be just as good of a person without that. All right, guys,
I tried to turned off word protection.
So at the end of the day, it's just
I'm feeling adventurous right now.
Atheistic dudes, they're paid up on every
Probably
Tuesday.
A bad idea. I might turn it back on and change the filters, but we'll see how it goes.
Held you long enough. He's signing the fuck off. Gin and Truth, let's go.
But yeah, like I said, I do it to avoid the spam bot. So if I see the spam bot coming through, I'll probably put it back on. But we'll see what happens. Yes, guys, I like to watch people play video games competitively. It's fun. Let's do Aaron Brown.
Man, that's smart.
So I gotta say, by far the most popular videos that I do on this channel seem to be this troubled YouTuber, Benny Pepino. So here we go, new segment on the program, the weekly, This Week in Pepino.
This
the first video we're gonna look at,
Ben Pepino, guys. This is gonna be a throwback, but I just wanna RM Brown and chill. You know, that's my kink. That's in that's on my, you see my socials pop there, Pocket Locker 86. If you go to my FetLife under kinks, it says, loves to RM Brown and chill. It's really weird, but, there's some girls that are into it.
Some soccer crap or something. Here we go.
The U.S. women's national soccer team, the other day, they took a knee before their game with Sweden. In fact, the Swedish team also took a knee.
Okay, cool. So we're tackling the big topics here.
You have a mental health problem.
We're tackling the really huge topics here. Still on the knee stuff. We're still worked up about the knee stuff. I thought this was this would just
look at this
fun.
Good idea.
This is all about the national anthem. They're kneeling during the national anthem. We're all foamed up and pissed off about this. I never really thought to look this up because who cares? Because this is a stupid non-issue. But I was just like, hey, for fun, I'll just look this up. What's the average length of the national anthem at like an NFL game or whatever? 1 minute, 55 seconds. So we're really pissed off. Our pants are just foamed to the brim because of a 1 minute and 55 second crap. Okay, whatever.
They took a knee before their game with Sweden. In fact, the Swedish team also took a knee, all to protest racism. The rolling R just gets longer and longer these days because there is so much racism.
He's done this before, this rolling R thing, and
I guess he just can't handle the word racism.
I die laughing every time so hard. I laugh so hard that I soil myself when he does that. I mean, who's he got punching up these insufferable monologues? You got Patton Oswalt in there punching this crap up. You got Russell Peters in there, takes a break from his stadiums that he plays to punch this up because there's no way he came up with this gold on his own. It's just too funny. Who'd you get? Chris D'Elia to do some of this comedy? Maybe Bill Cosby? You get Bill Cosby in there? I think Ben Shapiro should actually change his whole vibe because he's so funny to a sort of Andrew Dice Clay that Benny, he should do a character like Benny the Dice Man Shapiro.
You don't care for this guy, Ben Shapiro? Ben Pepino?
A big leather jacket, a big oversized leather jacket.
That's why he's on the people we love to hate watch.
Instead of his usual
we call this hate watching. Hate watching with Jay.
On crap.
You know?
He's like, oh, about these trans people or whatever.
I like to watch,
whatever it would do.
You guys watch me watch people
as they always do,
that I like,
their game,
make fun of people I don't like.
But don't worry. America sucks, and they're representing America. So I just have a general.
It's very algorithm forward.
That you
it's the latest cutting edge of content
you kneel
creation.
Before your games to protest how much your country blows, and then you represent your country. Nope.
So this video in just a couple days has over 750,000
Oh yeah. Hate watching is my thing, guys. That's what I'm all about.
Arguments like this. If you take part,
it's the essence of counter-apologetics.
You should not express disapproval, any kind of disapproval, for the area from which that team exists. So let's just say that a guy supports teams, not just one team, but multiple teams in, I don't know, let's say Chicago, like the Chicago Bears and the White Sox and the Blackhawks. If you're just listening to this, there's a tweet on the screen from this guy that says his favorite sports teams are mostly Chicago teams. So you support this team, I guess that means you better fall your little ass in line with everything that goes on in Chicago, right?
Chicago implodes as Mayor Lori Lightfoot raises the bridges. Chicago has now announced, their police department just announced that they're changing their policy with regard to foot pursuits.
It is.
Hey, what is their new policy with regard to foot pursuits? You want to talk about allowing...
And in case you were wondering, and because I know you were about to ask, Hippie Smiles, yes, this also extends to my desire to hate fuck. And yes, there are... Oh, which Republican Congress people do I want to hate fuck? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Well, I want to hate fuck the tag team of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Hobart. And they can be joined by Kelly Shabaka if she is successful after her recent success as the world champion of freestyle speaking in tongues. And if y'all think I'm nasty, look, all I've got to tell you is you better listen to these people. This is what Kelly Shabaka says.
My tongue can do whatever it wants. And really, I'm not paying attention to my tongue at all. I'd go from Holy Spirit-filled church to Holy Spirit-filled church and get slathered with oil.
Okay, so what do you expect from me? A man can only dream. This is America.
Criminality to flourish. So the Chicago's Teachers Union has suggested that they are not going to go back to work. In fact, they're currently engaged in what most legal interpreters believe is an illegal strike.
Chicago, my kind of town. Chicago, my kind of town. To quote the great Franklin Sinatra, Chicago is my kind of town.
But the most important part of this whole thing, right?
No.
The most important part of this is that this whole knee thing is still super. This is
I love that no actually gets me every time.
This is the top stuff, man. The knee, taking a knee thing in these sporting events, taking the knee is so... I wake up every morning and I'm so pissed off about it that I look at my knees and I go, you piece of shit. Why do you even exist? Because it makes me think of the knee stuff in the sports.
U.S. women's national soccer team.
Oh, look at Cameron Bennett.
They took a knee before their game with Sweden. In fact, the Swedish team also took a knee.
The Swedish team also took a knee.
So the USA lost to Sweden in this soccer competition. And the title to this Pepino video says, "The U.S. women's soccer team loses badly after kneeling for BLM at Olympic opener." But you just said that they both knelt. So how does this title make sense exactly? Ooh, that's a real noodle scratcher. Shouldn't it be both teams knelt, they played a soccer game, and then one team won and one team lost? Welcome to the show. I'll rework the title for this guy, actually. All soccer teams take knee. Game concludes with a winner of said game.
I think the U.S. women's national soccer team making the statement that America is horrible and systemically racist and terrible when they become rich and famous for playing a sport that literally no one watches outside of the World Cup. They've tried several times to create a sustainable women's soccer league in the United States. It has never been particularly sustainable. It has survived on subsidies.
Never been particularly sustainable, guys.
Couple things here. Couple notes here. That's the kind of attitude I like to do on this show. Couple notes here. Very Bill Maher. First, it's kind of funny that he's talking about subsidies to survive with the amount of money that's pumped into the daily.
The fucked up thing about this stuff is that this is happy sad, right? Like, none of these things, like, I hate to say this, like, women's soccer is, like, normally not news. Like, most people wake up and they might go a decade without thinking about women's soccer. No disrespect to women's soccer. Hashtag women's soccer is a really good sport. But when the right wing does this stuff, right, they kind of signal boost these kind of like sports and these activities that really don't get enough attention, like CRT, right? Like there isn't enough attention paid to critical race theory and all of its wonderful accomplishments. And now, like, a lot of people are paying attention, right? But the downside, right, is that it comes because it's like the center of this culture war. And so instead of it being like great celebratory attention, it's like people are outside the women's soccer, like protesting. Down with women's soccer. We will not stand for this leftist liberal women's soccer, you know, and it's like, oh no, this is not what we had in mind by more media attention.
Daily Wire from the beginning, the millions of dollars that have been pumped into this stupid piece of crap, unwatchable piece of crap. There's literally an ad on this video that I watched to make this video on the Daily Wire. Yeah, that guy Mikey Knowles, he's just such a compelling entertainer.
There are a lot of other problems in this country. You know, killing babies that can suck their own thumb, that seems like a big problem. You know, of forcing people to take experimental drugs if they're not at great risk of a virus, shutting down the whole country, shutting down our churches.
He's really
shutting down the whole country, shutting down our churches. What a weird turn that is.
Getting the views and the follows, not from the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Assume churches was included in the first part.
And I literally got another ad when I searched for this. It has nothing to do with that. It's raw talent. It's raw talent, dog. That's raw talent, bro. Also, for God's sake,
raw talent, man.
You know, I hate to make fun of her because she seems like she's doing her best, I guess. But for God's sake, classically Abby, the person who, maybe they gave up on the ads with that, but hundreds of thousands of dollars easy with ads to try to get classically Abby's career going. Trying to get some traction on that.
He's so off base, right?
Yeah, she got a few follows, but the
thing is, guys, right? The scary part is like, look at the numbers over the shoulder, right? And you're watching. I just paused the screen, right? And you see this unhinged Ben Shapiro thing, right? It has, 750,000 views. And this gem, R.M. Brown, has 21,000, you know? What's wrong with the world? Also, hashtag, y'all. I officially have been featured on that Gutsick Gibbon video that's officially done R.M. Brown numbers. Wow. The U.S. champ is officially taking over the internet.
That America is horrible and systemically racist and terrible when they become rich and famous for playing a sport that literally no one watches outside of the World Cup.
But also, what in the F does this have to do with anything? In the next breath, and in literally probably hundreds, at least tens of videos, He's talking about like the woke NBA and all this crap. He's talking about how the NBA is
the fucking woke NBA. There you go.
Has, like,
protest. Meet me downtown at the NBA game, WNBA game. Fucking awful.
I think they're doing just fine.
Fucking awful.
So what's this?
Also,
non-sequitur?
like, can we free that WNBA player, Brittany Griner? Free Brittany Griner, y'all. Let's give away some pocket change for free Brittany Griner. You know, let's can we? Yeah, let's do our own free Brittany. Let's just do free Brittany. There we go. Free Brittany. There we go. Free Brittany. There we go. We'll count Restream as like 2 or 3 of those. Yeah, come on, guys. Free Brittany. Let's give free Brittany till 7 o'clock and see what kind of community bonus we get there. We got to give away some pocket change, y'all. She's over in Russia, locked in a cage for bringing over marijuana, right? Come on, free Brittany. There you go, Cameron Bettany. That's 2 million pocket change right there.
Twitter here. Oh, they get subsidies, and no one watches it. No one likes it. I really like this because it's spastic enough to almost be charming. Because he's just like,
guys, what's going to happen is they're going to see this.
Hey,
they're going to see this stream and they're going to let her go. Trust me.
I know you want to hear these people are idiots because you're on some weird, reactionary crap. Look how bad they are. They suck. That's pretty much it. I mean, you could just, like, why not save whoever writes these insufferable monologues? Why not just save the time and just come out and say, everyone
free
sucks,
Brittany. There we go,
you.
Hippie Smiles. Appreciate you. There we go.
They would like that.
We go. This is really going to help.
Saves everyone a lot of time.
Those community multipliers, they're going to really let them know.
We got to face it. We got a lot of people out there. Many of them who love Benny.
A petition from the First Church of the Cult of the Flying Man.
They're walking around with 10-pound dipes. Their dipes are sagging a little bit.
Hear our prayers, non-existent
they're
atheist God.
Age-wise,
James Apperson, free Brittany, 4 million. Let's go.
Running nose, snotty nose.
Pastor Apperson is in the building.
Want to watch Frozen for the 400th time? That's what we are dealing with. Okay.
James, feel free to call in anytime you see those links, man. That's
exactly.
That's one of the perks. That's what it means to be part of the pulpit.
Teaching my kids, right? And
I don't want kids teaching my cowards.
Very exactly. Adam Carolla gets it.
Yeah.
Let's do some real, actual comedy.
Let me see if I gotta drop it. I might have to drop a link on you guys. There might not be a link
the USA
posted.
in that soccer match is because there
might be one in the description
because it was all boxed up into a little tiny box that you had to put together with little wrenches, like IKEA.
Guys, don't forget 10 o'clock tonight. Atheist Crew Book Club.
We goof around on this channel a lot, but I do want to say this seriously about IKEA.
Christopher Hitchens, God is not great.
Underrated. Pretty underrated.
Very Spoiler alert.
Sparkling juices. That's 1. 2, very good weird little sweet treats. Weird cookies, weird chocolate bars. You're probably going to say to me, what about the meatballs?
Yeah, Hot Program was great. We had Richard Madison on.
So Richard Madison on. Girlfriend. I still say that as well.
Sorry, I fucked that up.
I got to say, I'm rooting pretty hard against the U.S. women's national soccer team because I don't think they are patriotic. Okay, just because they wear the flag does not make them patriotic. So what you get from the left is, oh, so you want the U.S. to lose.
It was weirdly one of the most engaging episodes we've had, and people seem to really like it. Although I thought it was also one of the most off the wall. We'll just say it was one for the real Bible nerds out there.
I want the U.S. to win by having people who are unpatriotic lose.
Yeah, but homie, you just said that the other teams are kneeling too.
Just before their 90-minute contest on Wednesday morning, the British women's soccer team knelt alongside their Chilean opponents. So this has now become like a worldwide thing. All of the teams are kneeling.
James said it was really interesting.
So they'd be losing to unpatriotic teams too, I guess. Look, take a break. Take a break, buddy. You don't need to upload it.
Cameron, I think it's all a non-starter. I think it's like an incoherent, no one can read the Bible correctly except the one person, but I also think Richard's a nice guy, and it's an interesting spin on things. And there is probably weight to a lot of it, right? But at the end of the day, I think the fact that it's like, how do these people, again, ancient people, get knowledge of all of this stuff? I just think it's a total non-starter for me. But you know, it was also interesting too, because from a broadcast perspective, right? It's like what you really want when you have a guest on, similar to the interview with yourself, Cameron, and the interview with Rebecca. People who are rather just straightforward about what they believe and why they believe it. So it was super easy from that perspective, and we all had a ton of questions for him, right? So it was a really engaging episode. So it was a lot of fun. And then again, you know, James. Sorry, I'm getting my names mixed up. I'm stoned. Richard's a good dude. So it's fun to get into somebody's beliefs when you don't actually think that person's like dangerous or something like that, right? So sort of all in good fun, I guess you could say.
Video every day. Take a
But
break.
that's just my take.
You know, go to IKEA.
And I'm biased because I like Richard a lot.
Juice, walk around, look at the rugs, take a day off, and get that noodle together, maybe. Or maybe it's maybe it needs more serious help.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I don't get it
And
either.
you kneel for the national
But
anthem.
that's my vibe.
And
He's
you
cool
think
as
the American
fuck, but I
flag
don't
stands
get
for
it.
racism
Yeah,
and
exactly.
bigotry and homophobia. And then
I was with
somebody
you on that.
is stupid enough to give you an American jersey to wear.
Man, strong words from Benjamin J.J. Pepino here. Instead of
tape. The other thing I think is useful, though, is that I actually find the common base Christian understanding of things as wild. It's just that we're also, I think it's just so much more familiar, right? That, oh yeah, God sacrificed himself to himself or whatever, and he wants you to have your free will, but he forcefully impregnated this virgin, and you know, like it just, yeah, like we just like, oh yeah, we're with you, that makes, you're right, because like that all makes sense to us, but it's like, why does that make more sense to us? You know, oh, God spoke the earth into existence and then it just came to being, and without him you would have no basis for objective, like why do we buy any of that? That's kind of why I like getting into the esoteric beliefs, because they form great outsider tests of faith as well. Oh, really, Christian? You think Richard Madsen sounds quirky and weird and you don't buy what he's saying? Well, why don't you explain to us why there's so much of a great basis to believe your traditional interpretation instead, right? So I think it's super useful. And also, you know, it's, again, I don't think you can even really begin to talk about how you don't believe something or agree with something that you don't understand. So when I come across new stuff like that, I'm just trying to get a feel for what it's really about, see if I can put it back to the person in my own words. And I start from there, and most people know generally I don't believe in shit, but again, I'm a scientist. I sold my soul to the devil, and that's what the government pays me to do. So I like it that way. What day? What day? What day is it? What day is it? Can you guys hear me? Tuesday. Yeah, I think I got a meeting that ends around the time it's done, but yeah, I'll figure it out. Yeah. What are we doing then? Tuesday at 5? Oh yeah, let's get it. All right, and I think we're mostly East Coast because me and Bio are in the same time zone.
Instead of picking players based on their athletic
yeah, you can't
ability,
hear whoever I'm talking to right now because we're having
merit,
church. Sorry,
whatever you want to call it.
I try to mute it when I'm talking to them, but we're having our church. We're like voting on our secret motorcycle club business stuff, and then once this is over, I'll put the party audio through, and you'll be able to hear everybody. Yeah, it's just for the confidentiality of this particular. This is the only thing we ever do throughout the week that we don't stream the audio. Only on Sundays during church.
You should give them a jersey.
But yeah,
quote,
thanks
unquote,
for reminding me. That's
politics.
normally a very useful reminder and helpful when people tell me that they can't hear the audio. So I appreciate that.
What? Fuck the gates! It's amazing who's considered a victim in American society these days. Truly. Not the person who is working 2 jobs and is poor and is being harmed by outside forces. Not that person.
You gotta hand it to this sweet boy right here. You gotta hand it to my sweet little boy right here.
What?
He's really sticking up for the guy who works 2 jobs. This is what these soccer players are doing, things that slight the person who has to work 2 jobs. Mr. Against the minimum wage. Does not think there should be a minimum. I'm
unbelievable, right? I know. They're always sticking up for the working class.
Also, I don't
except
believe that
for supporting anything that would help the working class.
Should be paid like even less.
At all.
Legally allowed to be paid even less.
It's ridiculous doublespeak.
Uh-oh. You might wonder, like, how can this person and a lot of people like this on YouTube hold these conflicting, nonsensical...
Hypocrisy.
They don't. This is a phony baloney. It's nonsense. What's all this crap in the background, too? Really, there's one thing I want to do. I won't do this, okay? This is imagination, okay? Like Willy Wonka talked about in that film, that documentary about him from the 70s. I would like to, I won't, but I will like to go into Benny Pepino's
Listen, James, I really want to help you,
all that stuff off
but you really need to just help yourself, okay? Probably the best thing I could do
Jeff
for
Bezos
you is to
spent all this
encourage
money
you
or
to help
whatever on
yourself,
the rocket ship and all this stupid crap to go up there and goof around in space. I would spend a decent amount of money. I'd pay the Daily Wire because they'll do anything for money. I'll give them the money. I'll be like, all I want to do is 1 hour in your studio. I get to kick everything off those fake shelves. So this next video, what is this, from June 30th? I mean, this is a thing. This goes back to that thing of like, they're subsidizing all this crap. I got this one as an ad. I got the thumbnail for this as an ad above all the other YouTube videos when I was searching on this crap. And the title, and this was in the thumbnail too, here it is. Yeah, for the sexual left, confusion is the point.
The sexual left, guys? What the fuck is that?
Female pleasure.
Ew, little pervert. The sexual left. I mean, I was trying to think, like, that could actually mean something, the sexual left.
I had pulled up a Pine
like
Creek clip to play yesterday,
right?
too.
Like the sex workers who
I'll
think
check out Pine
sex
Creek
work
after
should be,
this
like,
video's
unionized
over. It's almost done, I think.
Regulated in a way that would make it safer
we're almost
for
done.
them,
Yeah, I'll play it
probably.
after this.
That would be the sexual left, right? I watched a little bit of
exactly.
this video
What the
and
fuck
it was
is the
so
sexual
boring.
left?
It's about trans people or something. But of course it's so boring. It's insufferable. That's the other thing with this Ben Pepino is like, how do people sit through this crap? I know I'm making fun of it and I'm like laughing at it because it's goofy. But if I were taking this seriously, this guy needs some. I mean, he's an entertainment industry guy. He wanted to write scripts at one point. Dude, you gotta. How do we make.
Sorry, guys. I had to bring something up, and we're voting on it real quick. Give me a minute. All right, guys, we're good to go. Appreciate you. I'll tell you guys about that actually in a second.
Make this entertaining, buddy.
It's actually a pretty
spice
interesting
this up
issue.
A little bit. I'm going sleepy a lot of times.
It's something I can share once we're done with
Actually, I was
church.
wrong. So this is his attempt at doing like memes and stuff. Here we
I mean,
go.
and some of the things that he says is so distorted and out of tune with reality.
And by the way, we're almost done with this.
Okay, I have a question. What if Dr. Fauci is not telling us the truth?
So
At
in
the
this
end, we
video,
go around
he's
and everybody gets
misleading
to
the
bring up
elderly about
anything
the
they want.
origins
And
of
so,
the
we're doing that
COVID-19,
now.
which you know they love to hear. So he'll cough it up. Here we go.
It is highly unlikely that this was produced anywhere but the Wuhan Institute of Virology. It is highly likely that it was created through gain-of-function research.
Where did he get any of this? Like, he doesn't cite anything. Maybe because he's an expert on
female pleasure.
That he thinks he's a scientist or something. But I took the bait on this when some of these doofuses on YouTube started talking about this a couple months ago, and I wasted a large portion of my life.
James, you can also just come in for audio.
Reading all these Nature articles, reading a ton of actual studies.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's fine.
Going
You don't have
through
to share
that,
your camera
those scientists
if it's not
droning
available
in those papers, and it's actually not that hard to understand. Both.
But yeah, also
possibility
at 10
of
o'clock
this
we'll be
thing
doing
coming out of the lab
the Atheist Crew Book Club,
and
so that might be a great
animal
time
to
too.
human transmission are possible. Okay, they're both possible. You know why? Because there's not enough evidence for either. So if I had two cats, Roscoe and Chicken and Waffles is the other cat's name, and there's a dump on the floor, and I don't know, I'm like, either one of them could have done this. You know what I mean? It's kind of where we're at. And a lot of scientists have made that they've used those exact words to explain it. And all of them, including this guy Fauci, have said, yeah, like, investigate the lab, investigate everything. So I'm not sure. He's kind of like knocking on an open door a little bit here. And a lot of people who watch this guy probably watch a lot of like right-wing stupid crap like Pepino. They get an ad. They're like, well, I get most of my news from ads, so why not? So they think that this is confirmed. They're like, wow, there's a lot of mounting evidence that this came from a lab. There's not. Okay? So, but what is happening is that kind of like do-nothing scam artist politician like Rand Paul are using this to their advantage. And that's what Pepino's foaming his little slacks, his little Old Navy khakis about. So these clips are a day apart. The first clip is from July 21st. The second clip is from July 22nd. Just check this out.
Nothing has been, we still don't know that this came from a lab leak, right? It is very likely at this point that it came from a lab leak, but we still don't know. And we don't know exactly how that virus was developed. So a lot of this is speculative. It is highly unlikely that this was produced anywhere but the Wuhan Institute of Virology. It is highly likely that it was created through gain-of-function research.
So this dimwit in one day went from, this is speculative, we don't know, it's likely, this is speculative, to it's highly unlikely that it came from anywhere but the lab. Uh-oh, buddy. Uh-oh. Also, there's sort of...
Oh, that's a good idea, James.
A little bit of a problemo with this entire gain of function.
So the book club works. It's just it was just me giving audio commentary to an audiobook live, but people can call in. Yeah, Cameron, people loved hearing from Cameron. That was super fun. Have her call in. We're more interesting than TV. Yeah, right. Oh God, I wish people would start like calling in with their partners and stuff. That would be amazing. Amazing.
And lab leak thing.
We don't have to talk about religion. We could, chop it up about something else if they'd like.
Especially the gain of function part. And I'll read this from the LA Times, and I'll put a link to the paper too. In addition,
all right, James, I'll see you later,
tampering
man.
or
I'll see you
editing
soon.
will typically leave behind discernible marks. In a recent critical review of the origins of SARS-CoV-2, an international group, okay, not just here, round the world group of virologists notes that the virus, quote, carries no evidence of genetic markers one might expect from laboratory experiments.
That'd be funny, man.
It is highly likely that it was created through gain-of-function research.
Whoops. That doesn't sound good.
Female pleasure.
Are any
I
of
should
these
do something on that video that
modified
Rebecca's
to
husband
bring
did.
Female pleasure.
That's gross. Ben.
Start a rivalry between me and him.
By the way, look at this thumbnail. It's Rand Paul.
All the comments will just be like, jealous
really,
much?
One of the dumbest. Like, Rand Paul, I don't think, is capable of, like, working at a Lowe's. Like, I think if you were, like, interviewing Rand Paul, like, for a position of, like, moving mulch around or whatever people do.
Hang on, guys. Let me work on my stick for Rebecca's husband. Listen, this whole you being married to somebody before I knew them, that's just taking it way too far. You know that type of thing. All right, my sync's off again. This camera.
Lowe's.
This camera.
You would be like, nah, we're gonna pass, buddy. He's like, I'll work for free. It's good. We're good.
We're gonna have to make another adjustment.
Like boxing, and he's like knocking out this Fauci guy. And look,
way off.
I don't know about like anybody who gets to the position in government as Fauci. There's probably something off about them. Right. But in this case,
I'll be right back.
Like with this pandemic stuff, there's really nothing. There's nothing.
It is highly likely created through gain-of-function research.
So Benny Pepino, let me calculate this in my brain. Benny Pepino, a demented YouTuber, or an international group of virologists who have devoted their entire lives to this crap, say that there's no indication that this was made in a lab. Oof, that's a tough one. I am stupid, though. I am a moron. So that has to factor in, too. So remember, we got some serious problemos in this country, dysfunctional healthcare system, blah, 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 educational system that's a total disaster, all this crap. As usual, though, Benjamin Q. Pepino. Pepistino. Benjamin and then in brackets, biological man on cover. I mean, these are the things that really affect my day-to-day life. Remember like the knee thing, how I shout out my knees every morning? This is another one, because first of all, everyone reads magazines. Like, magazines are how people get most of their information, especially Sports Illustrated. Like, who's not a subscriber to multiple magazines, especially Sports Illustrated? I mean, you can't get that kind of information on like every podcast and all this crap online. You got to get it through a magazine.
You remember that time when Sports Illustrated was supposed to be a sports magazine? Yeah, that was funny. Sports Illustrated, I was a long-time subscriber to Sports Illustrated.
Sure enough.
I will acknowledge that as a religious person, I always took the option, you can do this, of calling up